Jésus-Christ.
Hello and good evening. Thank you very much for choosing PACIS TV. This is the time for news in English. I am Benjamin Kwizera and these are the headlines. On the debut of the week of commemoration of the genocide against the Tutsi, President Paul Kagame reminded the Rwandans that nobody will die twice and thanked survivors for their resilience and contribution in the journey of building the country. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, with the First Lady Jeannette Kagame, joined the thousands of Rwandans for the annual Work to Remember. As Rwanda marks the 32nd commemoration of 1994 genocide against the Tutsi and the beginning of 100 days of remembrance, activities in Nyaruguru district were officially launched in Ruramba sector. The governor of the southern province, Alice Kayitesi, has called on parents to refrain from passing on distorted accounts of the country's history to their children. In Cyangugu, on Tuesday, the 7th of April 2026, Rusizi district officially launched the 32nd commemoration of 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. The ceremony brought together district leaders, national officials, and residents of Nganga sector in a solemn tribute to the victims. In international news, His Holiness Pope Leon XIV welcomes Middle East ceasefire and urges dialogue to reach an end of the conflict. Welcome to the news in details. At the debut of the commemoration week of the genocide against the Tutsi for the 32nd occasion, the President of the Republic of Rwanda reminded all Rwandans that nobody will die twice. In his remarks, President Paul Kagame emphasized that whoever who will try to kill Rwanda will kill him first. He also thanked the genocide survivors for their unwavering contribution in the journey of empowering unity and reconciliation, and he also reminded them that they are not alone.
To all survivors, know that you are not alone. We stand with you always. Everything we have achieved was only possible because all Rwandans decided to join hands in a common purpose. We honor the role played by every Rwandan in our country's rebirth. The reality of the genocide is clear for all to see. The ringleaders were convicted in international courts with rigorous evidence. The Gacaca process documented the course of the genocide in every single village and neighborhood in Rwanda. Over 50 million handwritten pages were produced during the 10 years of Gacaca. Right here, where we are standing, 250,000 victims of the genocide are laid to rest. And in 2018, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution that called the genocide against the Tutsi by its proper name, with the support of every member state but one. The truth is undeniable, and yet we still find people sowing doubt and twisting the facts up to today. This is not just a matter of ignorance, but something much deeper. It means that the risk of seeing history repeat itself is a constant danger. If we allow ourselves and our friends to become indifferent. Genocide denial begins long before the genocide itself is committed. There is a pattern of looking away from the warning signs or taking them lightly. Hate speech turns into hate acts, dismissed as expressions of popular discontent.
During the week of commemoration of the genocide perpetrated against the Tutsi, the Rwandans and the whole world honor and commemorate more than 1 million people who were killed in just 100 days. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, alongside the First Lady, joined thousands of Rwandan youth to attend the Walk to Remember as part of Kwibuka 32 remembrance activities. It is a walk that started from the office of Gasabo District and ended at BK Arena. This walk was attended mostly by youth, including social media influencers, movie actors, and other Rwandans from different sectors. The participants listened to the genocide survivors' testimony, and there was also a light of hope. We would like to remind you that the theme of this year's commemoration of genocide against the Tutsi is Remember, Unite, and Renew. In Nyaruguru district, as Rwanda marks the 32nd commemoration of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi and the beginning of 100 days of remembrance, activities in Nyaruguru district were officially launched in Ruramba sector. The district mayor, Dr. Emmanuel Murwanashyaka, called on residents to recognize their role in building the resilient Rwanda they aspire to, and to continue safeguarding national unity and resilience. The launch of Mourning Week and the 100 Days of Remembrance for the 32nd anniversary of 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Nyaruguru district took place at the Genocide Memorial Site in Ruramba sector, where victims of the genocide are laid to rest. Kanyambo Rosa, a survivor of 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, along with Jean-Marie Misigaro, both from Ruramba sector, expressed their gratitude to the government of Rwanda for helping rebuild the lives of all Rwandans. The president of Ibuka in Nyaruguru district, Selidio Habimana, in his message, urged genocide survivors to continue remembering while rebuilding their lives, and to work together with other Rwandans to strengthen unity and resilience. Speaking at the event in Ruramba sector, the mayor of Nyaruguru district, Dr. Emmanuel Murwanashyaka, reiterated the importance of citizens understanding their role in building strong and stable Rwanda, and emphasized that the Ndumu Nyarwanda identity should remain central of their way of life. In Kamonyi district, as the world joins Rwanda on the 7th of April 2026 to mark the 32nd anniversary of 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, the governor of Southern Province of Rwanda, Alice Kayitesi, has called on parents to refrain from passing on distorted accounts of the country's history to their children. She also urged the young people to use social media responsibly, highlighting the Rwanda's progressive while avoiding its misuse. In Kamonyi district, the official launch of the commemoration week took place at district genocide memorial site located in Gacurabwenge sector. Some survivors of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi from Gacurabwenge sector say that 32 years on, they have made significant strides in rebuilding their lives. Meanwhile, the governor of the Southern Province, Alice Kayitesi, who joined residents of Kamonyi district for the launch of the Mourning Week and 100 Days of Remembrance, emphasized that the importance of preserving the truth about Rwanda's history. She cautioned parents against misleading their children with distorted narratives. She also encouraged the youth to make positive use of social media platforms, sharing Rwanda's development journey and achievements while avoiding content that could be harmful in device. During the 32nd commemoration period, the governor further called on all Rwandans to stand in solidarity with the genocide survivors, offering them continued support and encouragement as they rebuilt their lives. In Cyangugu, on Tuesday, the 7th of April 2026, Rusizi District officially launched 32nd commemoration of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. The ceremony brought together district leaders, national officials, and residents of Nkanga sector in a solemn tribute to the victims. The commemoration event took place at the Nkanga Genocide Memorial, the final resting place of 537 victims of the genocide against the Tutsi who were killed at Nkanga Catholic Parish and in surrounding areas of the sector. The ceremony was marked by laying wreaths on the mass graves, followed by the moment of the silence in honor of the victims. Opening discussions, the mayor of Rusizi District, Sindai Heba Fanuel, paid tribute to the bravery of RPF Inkotanyi forces who stopped the genocide under the leadership of the President of the Republic of Rwanda. He emphasized that their sacrifice laid the foundation for the peace and stability Rwanda enjoys today. In his address, Senator Emmanuel Havugimana reflected on the history that led to 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. He highlighted how decades of discriminatory policies fueled division and ultimately resulted to the genocide. He called on Rwandans to remain vigilant, to uphold unity, and firmly reject genocide ideology in all its forms. During interactive session, Marie-Thérèse Dushime pointed out that challenges linked to genocide ideology still persist, particularly among some members of the younger generation. She stressed the need to strengthen the teaching of Rwanda's history in a deeper, more accurate, and truthful manner. In his closing remarks, Senator Havugimana reiterated that the fight against genocide ideology is a responsibility for every Rwandan. Responding to concerns raised, he noted that Ministry of Education has already taken steps to improve and expand the teaching of Rwanda's history in schools. Historical accounts indicate that during 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, many victims sought refuge at Nkanga Catholic Parish, where they were ultimately killed, particularly during a brutal attack on the 8th of April 1994. The memorial also holds the remains of victims killed in various parts of Nkanga, including those who were attempting to flee to Democratic Republic of Congo. In international news, His Holiness Pope Leo welcomes the news of a ceasefire in the Middle East and asks that all parties engage in prolonged dialogue to reach an end of the conflict. At the conclusion of his general audience on 8th of April on Wednesday, Pope Leon turned his thoughts to the weeks of tension that have been escalating in the Middle East. In light of the announcement of the 2-week ceasefire on the evening of 7th of April, the Pope said he welcomed the news with satisfaction and the sign of deep hope. Addressing the faithful gathered in St. Peter's Square, His Holiness Pope Leon XIV emphasized that only through the return of a negotiating table can we bring the war to an end. He went on to urge those gathered to accompany this time to delicate diplomatic work with prayer, in the hope that willingness engaged in dialogue may become the means to resolve other situations of conflict throughout the world. Iran, the United States, and Israel said they reached a deal of 2-week ceasefire in the war that is ravaging in the Middle East on Tuesday evening. United States President Donald Trump pulled back from threats to destroy Iranian civilization. In a statement released on Wednesday morning, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that while it supports Trump's decision to suspend strikes against Iran for 2 weeks, the ceasefire will not include Lebanon, where more than 1,500 have been killed. Thank you very much for being with us tonight. But before we go, let's go back to the main headlines of tonight's The News. In Kigali City, the debut of Commemoration Week of the Genocide against the Tutsi for the 32nd occasion, the President of the Republic of Rwanda reminded all Rwandans that nobody will die twice. In his remarks, President Paul Kagame emphasized that whoever who will try to kill Rwanda, Rwanda will kill him first. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, alongside First Lady Jeannette Kagame, joined the thousands of Rwandans for the annual Walk to Remember. As Rwanda marks the 32nd commemoration of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi and the beginning of 100 days of remembrance, activities in Nyaruguru district were officially launched in Ruramba sector. In Kamonyi district, the governor of the southern province, Alice Kayitesi, has called on parents to refrain from passing on distorted accounts of the country's history to their children. In Cyangugu, on the 7th of April 2026, Rusizi district officially launched the 32nd commemoration of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. The ceremony brought together district leaders, national officials, and residents of Nhanga sector in solemn tribute of the victims. In international news, His Holiness the Pope Leon XIV welcomes Middle East ceasefire and urged dialogue to reach an end to the conflict. Thank you very much for being with us tonight. This is PACIS TV. I am Benjamin Kwisela. Good night to you all.